Long ago, there was the forest of Edgewood. It was named so for being on the edge of the world. The inhabitants of this forest did everything backwards. Everything could talk, including the trees and the animals. Everyone slept during the day and awoke at the setting of the sun. And unlike our world, everyone was happy and lived in harmony with one another. The fairies that lived in the forest saw how unhappy we were and decided to bestow upon us the gift of happiness. They visited everyone, some more than others, but were soon forgotten since everyone took them for granted. So the fairies became invisible. Before this happened, though, one person whom the fairies never visited decided to prevent them from visiting anyone else. No one knows why the fairies didn't visit her. Perhaps it was because other people were mean to her and blocked them from coming with hate. So she became a sorceress and was very wicked. One day she stole all the fairies and tried to use her magic to get rid of them, but nothing worked. "We're immortal," they cried, but she didn't listen. Instead, "Look at the time. Off to bed, kids. We'll have to finish your story tomorrow."
Mom!
Good night, and don't have nightmares.
What?
I have an idea.
It should wait till tomorrow.
I know you're still awake. And no, it can't wait. We have to leave now. Listen, if the forest creatures are immobile, or whatever that means, they still exist.
So, what's your point?
Let's run away and go to Edgewood.
Now?
Yes. They're only awake during the night, remember?
I guess you're right. I wasn't tired anyway. Well, are you coming or not? Do you have any idea where you're going?
No. Why are you whispering?
So you're just plunging blindly into the forest?
Well, I don't exactly have a map or anything. I'm just following my gut feeling.
I think your gut is getting us lost.
Peter,
What's wrong?
there shouldn't be a path in our backyard. How far do you think we've gone?
We've only just started.
Exactly. I think something is speeding us up or something.
Or someone.
You don't mean... Oh, come on. She probably died hundreds of years ago.
She was a sorceress, Audrey. They're probably immoral, too. What? What did it say?
Nothing. I think we're almost there. I hear something.
I do.
Excuse me?
Suffiel's not real.
Audrey,
What is it?
I think he's talking backwards.
What?
If everything here is backwards, then naturally they're gonna talk backwards, and I think the trees and forest are dancing to the music.
Music.
If you like, we can do everything forwards if it makes you happy. If you're not happy, then we're definitely shrinking our knees.
Sure, King.
Alice, nice to meet you.
No, Audrey.
Okay, I'll be Audrey and you'll be Peter.
I'm Peter.
I'm Audrey. Pleased to meet you.
I'm Audrey. He's Peter. And you are?
Are you sure?
Positive.
Because we still do everything backwards, you know.
Fine. Could we please do everything forwards?
Well, if you're gonna get huffy.
Please.
Is that better?
Much.
Can you tell us your name now?
I told you, it's Alice.
Alice.
That's what I said. I dare say it's a better name than Peter.
I think Alice is a wonderful name.
Do you want? What's wrong with Peter?
You mean you don't know? Come on, tell me.
Let's be serious.
We need your help.
Help.
Whatever for.
Perhaps Osgood should explain. He's much older than all of us put together and got to see our whole thing. I'll explain as much as I can on the way. It is, goodly distant. You may have noticed there aren't fairies. That's the sorceress Hyacinth doing.
Hyacinth. Here we go again.
I mean, Hyacinth, then. You can be Alice and the sorceress will be Peter.
Do you really go around changing names?
No, but wouldn't it be marvelous if we did?
I wonder if this is the same sorceress in Mom's story.
Her apprentice.
What? There's more than one?
Your mother didn't tell you the whole story then. Not that long ago, the first sorceress captured the little girl from the outside and made her an apprentice. The first sorceress disappeared shortly afterwards, making her apprentice the second sorceress.
Does this happen often? Have you always had an evil sorceress?
Oh, they're not evil, just human. And no, the sorceress that disappeared was the first. Before her was a witch. Before her was a wizard. Before him was a warlock. Before him was a...
I don't think I get it now, but why do so many people want to capture the fairies?
They only capture the fairies to make everyone else sad. This is a work, of course. The fairies' magic wore off as soon as the outside forgot about them. Horrible, selfish, despicable.
Don't move. Her Majesty of the Land of the Golden Dragonfly wishes an audience with the children.
Maybe we extend the courtesy by flinging a net over her? I hear that's the custom in the land of the silly bumblebee.
Who are you? I'll have you know we're very important people on the outside.
Ha! Do you take me as a fool?
Yes?
I am Her Majesty's protector and keeper of dragons, Merryweather.
Dragons?
Shut up, Peter.
You will follow me without a word from any of you. One word and I promise you, you will see this arrow sticking out of your back.
One would think that's physically impossible.
Not at all.
I'll take your word for it.
In you go. The sorceress is busy at the moment. She will see you in a week or two.
Oh my gosh!
Oh, don't be frightened. That little man thinks I'm a ferocious beast, so he threw you in here thinking I do nasty, horrible things to you.
You mean you won't?
Would you like me to?
No!
Good. I simply wouldn't bear to live with myself afterwards. Why don't we all introduce ourselves? I'm Princess Juniper.
Here we go again.
It's a silly name, I know.
Oh, I wouldn't go that far. Need a little farther.
You know this is a very small cell, considering, and I can hear all your snide remarks. That asinine man thrust the title upon me as a pet name. It's entirely optional. What's your name, little boy?
Peter.
And yours, little girl?
Audrey, don't mind Peter. He's a little childish.
And yours, my good friend?
Gus, it's nice to meet a fellow Edgewooder. Work with...
Not anymore, it seems. Merryweather caught me when I was a little dragonlet. I'm the last Edgewood dragon. I'm doomed to stay in this cell, unless I cooperate and let him tame me. Ha!
You seem tame enough to me.
I only act mean and vicious around him. It's him who should be tamed. You see, when the first sorceress left all those years ago, he was forced to stay here and pledge allegiance to young Hyacinth, the apprentice, to keep his job. There's been rivalry between them from the start, and it's hardened his heart being pushed around by the little brat.
How old is she?
Human years are irrelevant to me. Slightly older than you, I imagine.
You don't happen to know a way to get out, do you? So we may meet the sorceress of the land of the tricky butterfly?
It's very easy to meet the sorceress. Seeing anyone else afterward is the hard part.
We're not afraid, Happy Weather. Let us meet her.
Speak for yourself.
Peter, what's wrong with you? We were born seconds apart. You make it seem like years. Maybe this adventure isn't everything you or I expected it to be, but we have to help these people. Our friends. And if you're going to act like a child, then you can rot in this cell until you grow up. Take us to the sorceress. What has she done to them?
It is for their own good, child. What is the meaning of this, Mary? I held you accountable until you explain yourself.
They merely wish to see you. I told them you wouldn't be happy, but they wouldn't listen. I suggest you deal with them accordingly.
Take the two inferior ones away.
Which two would that be, Your Highness?
The nails, Audrey.
Yes?
You have been imbued with magical powers. I have watched you for quite some time in my castle, and beckoned you here once you were old enough. You probably realized already. That idea that suddenly popped into your head after hearing the story for the 100th time. The feeling you got in the forest that told you where to go. The path in your backyard. Thousands of miles to the edge of the world. Traversed in one. It was all my doing, Audrey. And you will be my new apprentice. It is in your blood.
Never.
See the fairies? They will never spread a good feeling again. I have sucked all the power from them. Soon I'll release them into the world, but they'll spread bad feelings instead. No one will ever be happy again. I'll be the happiest person in the world. Everyone will worship me. Me. And you, of course. But I'll need your help.
My help? What do you need me for?
The creatures have set up guards, like Alice, around the forest. It's still beyond my skills to kill any of them, so I need you to get the fairies outside. Of course, no one will know you're working for me. You would simply be going home after defeating me.
No, I won't help you.
You won't? Think of it, Audrey. No one thinks you're fun. They'll all laugh at you. Even your brother. You see him having fun and talking with his friends every day.
See, Audrey, she's such a bore. She just goes home and studies. Why would anyone want to be friends with her?
You hate your life. That's why you ran away to here, where all the fairies are. They can make you happy, but they don't, Audrey. They ignore the people like us, outcasts. Don't you want to finally be happier than them? They'll even turn to you to have fun. Or do you still want to go back, where you're all alone?
What about Peter?
What?
Will he be sad too? And Alice? And Juniper? And Mom?
They're already sad, Audrey. Alice and Peter are pacing in the halls as we speak. They think you're dead. The dragon will spend the rest of his life in my dungeon. Your mother cries as we speak, and she has been ever since you left.
What?
I'm rather surprised you didn't leave a note.
I have to go back.
Audrey, you'll never survive. Your home is thousands of miles from here. Besides, you're an outcast, remember?
Oh, it's not that bad.
Not that bad?
You make it seem like the end of the world.
Silence! Your brother.
What about him? What have you done to him?
I cannot yet kill, but I can certainly harm him, unless you help me.
Prove it.
Audrey!
Peter, get him down right now.
Will you be my apprentice?
No. Stop it, stop it, stop it. I'll do it. Where'd he go?
He's outside the door where he was earlier. You may see them if you like, but no mention of our little plan. You shall begin magic lessons immediately.
Magic.
How dare you!
You were once like me too?
What?
The first sorceress probably conned you just as you conned me.
I succeeded, didn't I?
You're like this because no one loved you. Many people love me. I'm not as weak as you are.
Love is nothing, you insolent girl.
Then why are you so bitter? You can't even see that Merryweather is madly in love with you.
What did you say?
You two bicker and fight, but secretly, both of you love each other.
Merryweather is a relevant child. This is between you and me.
So I'm right?
Mary!
Yes, Your Majesty?
Do you love me?
Excuse me, Your Majesty?
This child claims we love each other. I'm simply proving her wrong. Answer and be gone.
Yes, Your Majesty.
What is going on in this place? I thought we hated each other. Stop. I order you to...
Will you marry me, Hyacinth?
That will do nicely. Yes. Fairies? Is this your doing?
Yes.
Then your power is returned.
We couldn't take it anymore. Peter disappeared and came back again. Then we heard some commotion. Then Mary went in, and then we heard the fairies dancing. And what's with that on your forehead?
It's all right, Alice. I'll explain later. But Merryweather is going to marry Hyacinth.
Has she...
I made them fall in love.
Osgood still wants to meet you two.
Oh, Duke. I'm afraid I must inform you that we're doing some things backwards to please the children. Oh, my deepest apologies. It's just so much more fun forwards. But sit, I have disturbing news for both of you. You must listen with an open mind. Audrey, I have heard all about your confrontation with the sorceress, and congratulate you wholeheartedly. But do you remember Hyacinth stating that magic is in your blood?
Yes?
You may have wondered who the first sorceress was. Well,
You mean it's
I'm afraid so.
our mother?
What? Our mother's the first sorceress? Yes. I wondered how she knew of Edgewood. Our land is hidden from the outside. No one can know of this place. Not the earth, not even the golden land which is slightly to the west of here, where Hyacinth and Merryweather hail from, which is also hidden from her. From this land came Hecate, a witch, who summoned your mother here from very long ago. Your mother grew more powerful than the witch and took the throne from her. But then young Hyacinth humiliated your mother, which forced her to flee back to your world. Returning to the outside must have affected your mother, brought her back to reality. She's convinced herself it was all just a dream, a children's story. That is probably all for the best. You will go back to Earth. You will forget all about this place, but with a blessing from our fairies. It will be a dream, a children's story, a Nocturne. Goodbye, children.